One of the many great sights here in Seattle, the big wheel turning on the waterfront, and not too far from there, south in Soto, is where we come to you today for Saturday afternoon baseball from Safeco Field. Welcome everybody to Mariner Baseball. Blue Jays in town. Dave Sims, Dave Valley with you here today. Cougar Day here in the pen and all around Safeco Field. Washington State alums getting a chance to wear their colors on this cloudy Saturday afternoon. Mariners trying to win their third consecutive ball game. Their longest win streak of the season is 4. You have to go back to last May. And for the first time, they've won back-to-back games since June 30 and July 1. Jay Happ on the mound, 2-2 home record, 2.66 ERA, as opposed to his 2-3 mark on the road with a 5.37. Facing his former team for the first time. And first pitch is off the plate for ball 1. To Jose Reyes. Reyes 2 for 4 with a run scored last night. He's reached base in 15 consecutive games, and you hear the Blue Jay fans making their presence felt. Last night, Dave Valley, Reyes involved in a couple of unusual plays. In the first inning, a little tapper that Felix threw away. Then he later scored when Logan Morrison didn't take into account that the young man can still run. It's a broken back ground ball to Sukre, and there's one down.
Here's a look at the rest of the lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. You saw Jose Reyes. He'll be followed by Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, Chris Colabello. Russell Martin will be catching here this afternoon. Danny Valencia, Kevin Pillar, and Devin Travis. Jay Happ on the hill for the Mariners here this afternoon. He's got 18 starts with 4-5 record. ERA of 4.10. He's given up 10 home runs, 77 strikeouts, and 27 walks.
66 degrees, and for our Canadian friends, 19 degrees centigrade. Wind out of the west at 1 mile an hour. As Josh Donaldson swings through. Donaldson having a terrific year. Second to Jose Bautista in RBIs of 65. Bautista's got 66. Josh has scored 58 runs, make that 68 runs. That's third in the league. Bouncing ball, Sukre slides and throws out. Josh Donaldson. Going to see two of the best third basemen in the game here today.
Here's how the Mariners stack up defensively. Seth Smith, Austin Jackson, and Mark Trumbo in the outfield. Kyle Seager, Chris Taylor, Robbie Cano, Logan Morrison at first base. Jesus Sukre getting the start here this afternoon. Tremendous play by the Gold Glover here, going to his left. Watch how quickly he gets to his feet. Slide, pop up, and a good solid throw over to first base.
Here's the dangerous Jose Bautista. And the dulcet tones of Jim Joyce behind home plate. Chad Fairchild, the umpire, at first. Sam Holbrook at second. Greg Gibson at third. Bautista 1 for 3 against Jay Happ. Bautista having an outstanding year in terms of power and runs batted in. Leads the league in runs batted in, 10th in homers. Leads the league in walks too, 69. A lot of Canadian fans, a lot of Blue Jay fans here in the building. Huge crowd last night, 43,328. 2-1 to Bautista. Off the middle of the bat, coming in, Jackson calls off the left fielder Smith. Jay Happ. 9 pitches to get the first 3 outs of the ball game. Mariners off to a good start. Let's see how they swing the bats when we come back. Seattle, Drew Hutchison, born and still lives in Lakeland, Florida. He's got the best run support in the major leagues at 7.88 runs. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order he'll face today.
Here's a look at the Chevron starting lineups for your Seattle Mariners. Austin Jackson in the leadoff spot, followed by Kyle Seager, Nelson Cruz. Nelly last night, 3-hit game, 10th of the season, followed by Robinson Cano, Seth Smith, Mark Trumbull, Logan Morrison, Chris Taylor, and Jesus Sukre. On the mound for the Blue Jays, Drew Hutchison. He's had 19 starts, a great 9-2 record. Look at that ERA, 5.19. He's thrown 104 innings, 94 strikeouts, and 32 walks.
Here's pitch to Austin Jackson. Swung on and hit foul. Strike one. You're talking about that ERA. It's the highest for any starting pitcher to win 9 or more of his first 11 decisions since 1913, when earned runs were recorded in both major leagues. Base hit. Austin Jackson breaks it 0 for 9. Good for him.
Here's a look at the American Family Insurance defensive setups for the Toronto Blue Jays. Danny Valencia, Kevin Pillar, and Jose Bautista across the outfield. Josh Donaldson, Jose Reyes, Devon Travis, Chris Colabello through the infield, and Russell Martin getting the start behind the plate. Nice way to get this game started as Austin Jackson slashes a line drive out there. It's a shallow left center field.
Right-handers hitting good numbers against Austin Jackson, against Hutchison. 330. Seager takes a big hack. Lefty's hitting 258 against Hutchison. Getting into immediately the meat of the order for the Mariners. You got Seager, Cruz, and Cano on pretty decent and building hitting streaks. Kyle's hitting his last 4 games, 7 for his last 20. They put Cano in the cleanup spot, and man, it's worked out the last 5 games.
Yeah, Kyle Seager hitting in that number 2 hole. Guy who can pull the ball, also hit the ball to left field. But Delly Cruz starting to catch fire again. But really, to me, the big story is Robinson Cano being moved into that 4th hole and now hitting 450 since coming into that slot.
Broken bat, looper. That's going to get down. Base hit. Mariner early offense. Jackson breaks it 0 for 9. Seager extends his hitting streak to 5 games.
Fans are happy about this right here. Kyle Seager getting this ball right off the end of the bat. Hits it just soft enough that it lands softly in front of Jose Bautista out there in right field. Austin Jackson having to make sure that that ball hit the grass before moving up to second base.
Here's Nelson Cruz. 4-game hitting streak. DHing today. 3 for 18 against Hutchison. Base hit, center field. Jackson coming to 3rd. He's getting a stop sign. The bases are loaded as Pillar hits the cutoff man. So they're building a big inning. 3 consecutive hits off of Hutchison brings up the scorching hot Robinson Cano.
Delly Cruz, 3 hits last night, starts off today with a bang. Another line drive to straightaway center field. This ball gets out there to Kevin Pillar pretty quickly. Donaldson having to hold up Austin Jackson as he comes around 3rd base, leaving the bases loaded for a hot-hitting Robinson Cano.
Robbie, there's his numbers with the bases loaded. He's 2 for 4 with a homer against Drew Hutchison.
Pretty strong numbers right there. 323.
5-game hitting streak for Cano. Ball 1. Look at that month of July.
Safe to say he is back.
Yep. John Gibbons just had a shot at him. Toronto manager. Early antacid trip. 1-0 here to Cano. Grounded into the glove of Russell Martin. 1-1. Bases loaded. First 3-minute reach via the base hit. Jackson, Sukre, and Cruz.
Nelly carried the mail for Robbins and Cano last night, and Robbie hit that scorching triple out there in the right center field.
1-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Hutchinson being very careful to Robinson Cano, just trying to stay away from him these first 2 pitches.
Drew won his last ball game. That was against Tampa Bay. Prior to that, a no decision at Chicago and a loss at Detroit. Chance for an early impact here by the Mariners. 1-2 pitch to Cano. Found off a pitch boring in on his hands. 1-2.
Cano 2 for 4 with a home run against Drew Hutchinson.
1-2 pitch. Whew.
Another good swing right there from Robbie.
As a catcher, you see a pitcher throw one like that and the guy fouls it back. You go out there, take your hands and just sort of point downwards, get it down a little bit more.
So yes, you better be a little bit better than that, son, on this next one.
Cano dialed in. What a great month. Mariners picked up a full game on the Angels, who lost. Mariners now 9.5 back, 4th place in the West. And the Jays 5.5 behind the Yankees, tied with Tampa Bay 2nd in the East. 1-2 to Robbie. Strike 3 call. Did not object. 1 away.
Hutchinson pulls the string right here. Throws that changeup. Cano unable to pull the trigger. That pitch just barely catching that outside corner.
Gives Seth Smith an opportunity to drive in runs. 3 consecutive singles. Loaded him up. He went for it. 1 for 4 night for Seth last evening. Jackson at 3rd. You got Sukre at 2nd and Cruz at 1st. Seth trying to do some damage here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-2.
Hutchinson right now just kind of playing around the strike zone. Seth Smith has gone after 2 pitches that have been elevated over the plate, but just above the letters. See if he tries to go back there one more time.
Steady 1 for 4, bases loaded this season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Way upstairs. Batting average against Hutchinson coming in .292. Last time we saw the Mariners, last August 11th, right here, 5 2/3, and Mariners got it for 7 runs in the 6th. Helped Felix Hernandez win a ball game. Here's 1-2. All 2-2-2.
Well, one thing we've seen from Seth Smith throughout this season, just goes up there and gives you quality at bats. Got a very good idea of the strike zone.
Mariners trying to cash in on this early opportunity. 3 hits here in the 1st inning. 2-2 pitch. It's hit hard. Left center field. Slicing away from Pollard. Tagging is Jackson. He'll get the home plate, score easily on that sacrifice fly. RBI. Seth Smith, 1-0 Mariners. Smitty's 26th run batted in. And that's his 3rd sacrifice fly.
Another good AB by Seth Smith after falling behind 0-2. Alaska Airlines Supermo shows us his approach as he hits this fly ball out there to left center field. Plenty deep enough to get Austin Jackson in from third base.
Seager and Cruz held their ground. Now Mark Trumbo.
The numbers tell us the team who scores first will win 71% of the time.
Nice to see that hold here. Trumbo turned it loose.
Mark Trumbo, throughout the course of his career, those home runs come in bunches.
2 outs, a run in, 2 runners on. Just below us. 0-2 to Mark. Trumbo 1 for 3 with a big 2-run homer in the 4th inning. Jay halfway down, beneficiary of this early lead, would love more. Trumbo with that 1 for 3 night jumped his batting average to 220 from 220 to 243. Foul ball. Ball Club at 45-52. This is game number 98. Keep that momentum going from the last 2 ball games. 0-2. Martin can't find it. It's behind him. It's right underneath his right foot.
Kyle Seager with a pretty large lead out there at second base at the middle infield. Not paying much attention to him right now with 2 strikes on the hitter and 2 out.
One's nice. There's more out there for the Mariners. 1-2. You count to Trumbo. Center fielder Pilar, couple steps towards right and deep with Trumbo. Long look by Hutchison. He's ready. 1-2 pitch. Did not go as he checked with Chad Fairchild. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good check right there. Trumbo last night went outside the strike zone after a slider. Blue Jays are trying to get him to do the same again here this afternoon.
Did that in the 5th inning after his 4th inning homer.
Mike Zunino there getting the day off.
Good pitch here. 2-2, 2 out, 2 on. That was a pitch he waved at last night. He was able to get the take. Full count.
There's a fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Boy, that was close. Strong man to slow it to a dead stop when you get that momentum going. Logan Morrison's on deck. Payoff here with 2 on, 2 out. Pitch to Trumbo. Walked in. Bases are loaded again.
Just got a note from Chris. Says the M's are 32-13 when scoring first, and that does come out to league average, which is 71%.
Pitch count starting to build on Drew Hutchison.
Logan Morrison with the good eye black going here this afternoon. A little triangular shape.
Try something different, right? Instead of just just a straight line, add a little something different. 1 for 2 last night. Got a broken bat single. 2nd inning last night. Walked twice. As I mentioned, Cougar colors in the house here.
Cougars in our booth. Cougars out in the truck. There's Cougars everywhere.
Rolls over on one. Taking it to the bag himself is first baseman Chris Colabello. Not a bonanza. The Mariners do get a run. Lead, the bases loaded as we go to the second inning. And tomorrow afternoon, Kyle Seager poster day here at Safeco Field. Mariners take on the Blue Jays at 1:10. Thanks to Topps, all youngsters going to take home a poster of the Gold Glover, plus a baseball card set featuring your favorite major leaguers. So get your tickets at Mariners.com. It's nice to have a 1-0 lead, but a couple, 3 more would have been nicer. Big Seager fan out there in a Coug. First pitch to Edwin Encarnacion's in there for a strike. It'll be Edwin, followed by Chris Colabello and Russell Martin Jr. Jay Happ's only other appearance against the Blue Jays back in June 27th, 2009 as a Philly. A complete game, 1-0 shutout. Encarnacion, dangerous power hitter. Seager stays down. It's got all day to throw out Encarnacion. 1 out.
That was not an easy ground ball with Kyle Seager. It was hit right on the button. Came up on that last hop as well. Take a closer look at it right here.
Early action for Seager. He's got 3 assists so far.
It was that third bounce. It kind of came up and hit him right in the belly. Stayed with it though.
There's Chris Colabello. Had some moments for these Blue Jays. Part-time player. This is his 61st game. He has hurt the Mariners as a Blue Jay and as a Minnesota Twin. Jay Happ 11-11 with the Blue Jays last year, 4.22 ERA, 30 games, 26 starts.
Colabello had a nice season for the Toronto Blue Jays. I think 321 with 9 home runs.
3-0. Colabello 0-2 against Jay Happ. Blue Jays had 549 and 49. Third batting average, first in runs per game, second in homers, second in on base, first in Runners in scoring position, batting average at .291. 3-1 to Colabello. .3-1 pitch. Will happen with an opportunity to put Colabello away here. 1 out, nobody on in the second. Sacrifice fly by Seth Smith in the first inning has the Mariners on top. Two. And Walker. First base runner for the Jays, and commemorating the trip here to Safeco Field. Grandma and aunts and uncles will see that as we take a look at our CenturyLink What's Next. Mark, send them home early. Burley, the veteran left-hander who works quickly, having a good year at 11-5, and Taijuan Walker's had some great moments. Another one. He gets it to throw it. Let's go.
Yeah, Ty has really turned things around as you take a look at Mark Burley right there. Burley, one of the quickest workers in the game of baseball. Broadcasters all around baseball enjoy that.
Caps are raised and tipped. Well, it keeps it simple. Hey, we've gone through the game plan. Tell me what you want to throw. Boom, and here it is. Russell Martin Jr. had yesterday off. Everyday catcher. All-star performer. Yankees, Pittsburgh, and the Dodgers his previous stops. Or Montreal, back in his home country.
He's one of those guys that's just a good fit wherever he goes because he's such a professional in every aspect of the game.
There's a Montreal Expo cap on the left. Wow. A lot of people up there would love to bring Major League Baseball back. They had a great turnout. Jays played a game up there in spring training. The weekend series, they drew quite well.
Was it at Jerry Park?
I believe,
Olympic Stadium.
Oh, it had to have been Olympic Stadium. Two and one. Trying to think of expos. I always loved PA announcer introducing the catcher, Jean Pacabella.
We had some good catchers up there in Montreal. Gary Carter.
Yep.
The late Hall of Famer.
Was it '94? They had the spectacular season cut short by the doggone strike. I believe they had the best record in baseball. That strike commenced on August 7th. Count stays 2-2 to Martin.
The team is led by Vladimir Guerrero. It's a young
players,
Vladimir.
Man. Hey, it's some players.
Cliff Floyd, was he on that team as well? Or that might have been before him?
That might have been, that was a little before him, but Cliff had some. Marquise Grissom was on that team. Boy, Tom Henke and Pat Borders and Joe Carter and Olerud, those are the 92-93 world champions. Larry Walker was on that 93. I think it was Pedro on that team too. Or maybe that's slightly before. Might have still been with the Dodgers. 2-2 here to Martin. Check swing. Moises Alou was on that ball club. Cliff Floyd, you were right, he was on that ball club. Pedro went 11-5 on that '94 Expos team. Ken Hill, Jeff Facero.
Facero, the former Mariner. I played with Kenny Hill down in Texas. That's a pretty strong starting rotation right there, too.
It was 74-40, just running away and hiding. Then the strike hit.
August 11th.
Oh. I'd done a game with Jim Cott the night before that strike. There's ball 4. Oh, half. Lost a little feel here. Use a double play.
Rick Waits in the Mariner dugout has done such a great job with this pitching staff.
One out, 2 on. Here's Valencia. Former Kansas City Royal, Minnesota Twin, Atlanta Brave. Valencia's bounced into 4 double plays. Mariners would love to see it go to 5. We're talking about those Expos. These guys have a little confab here. Expos 94, the regulars. Darren Fletcher, catcher. Cliff Floyd at first. Laser. Michael Lansing at second. Will Cordero at short. Sean Berry third. Moises Alou, Marquise Grissom, Larry Walker, the outfielders.
Strong outfield right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lenny Webster off the bench. Rondell White. One nothing Mariners. Seth Smith sack fly in the first. The Jays are threatening. Top scoring team in baseball. 5.26 runs per ball game. Inning started with Encarnacion bouncing out to Seager on a 2-1 pitch. Alabella walking a 3-2 pitch, as did Russell Martin.
Looks like Jay Happ has just kind of lost that release point right now. Yet to give up a hit here this afternoon. Command has been an issue this inning.
Happ entering today at 77 strikeouts against 27 walks in 102 2/3 innings. Blue Jays fans turning up the volume here. And they're here in force. A lot of blue in the ballpark.
Looks like there's some miscommunication between Sukre and Jay Happ.
It needs a good pitch here. 2-0. There it is. 2-1 to Valencia. Another important pitch here, 2-1. Went back in there, 2-2.
All of a sudden, Jay Happ able to hit that inside corner 2 pitches in a row. Valencia unable to pull the trigger on both of those.
Valencia started last season with Kansas City, 36 games, played 50. What's coming over to the Jays? Wow, they're not in the same library, are they?
Yeah, no, there's too much time taken in between right here. Seems like there's quite a bit of indecision.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch, 1 out, 2 on. You've been in a situation that when you get in the dugout, sit down and just go over things again calmly and try not to get nuts.
If there's that much miscommunication, you've got to go out and say, okay, well, what are we trying to do here? Tell me what you want. You know, if what I'm putting down isn't what you want, what do you want? You know, you just don't want him continuing to step off almost on every pitch right here.
Got to get a rhythm going.
Yeah, you end up losing that rhythm. And when you lose your rhythm, you lose your command.
2-2 pitch. Foul back.
Got away with that pitch right there. A little hanging slider. Right on the middle end part of the plate to Valencia. That's normally danger zone right there.
Colabello at second, Martin at first. Two pitch, one more time. Bouncing ball through the hole, base hit. Colabello to third, they're going to wave him. Here's the throw from Seth Smith. Got a chance? No, offline. Tie ball game at 1-1. Valencia with his 29th run batted in. Martin holds at second.
Danny Valencia gets out in front of this. It finds the right spot right here, right through that 6-hole. Taylor unable to get a play on this. If there's ever a time, that's when you'd like to see your shortstop trying to dive just to knock it down. Give your pitcher one more chance to get a ground ball double play to get out of the inning.
Score tied in 1. Rick Waits has said his piece.
Sukre and Happ walked all the way back to the mound before Rick Waits joined them. Imagine it's just trying to get back on the right page so that you're working together.
Runners at first and second for the Jays. Kevin Pillar, center fielder. First time facing Jay Happ. There's a double play depth up the middle. First pitch. Taken for a strike. Five pitches this inning for Happ. Popped up. Out of play. 0-2. Happ's got his work cut out. Pillar. Runners in scoring, batting average with less than 2 outs is at .358. We mentioned as a team, Jays are .291, best in the bigs. 0-2. Oh, a kitty. Oh, man, bases are loaded. Hit him up high. Boy, his control is just taking a vacation here for the last few minutes.
Yeah, with the count 0-2, looked like Happ trying to push him off the plate a little bit. Just hangs on it a little bit too long. That's a little cutter right there. Comes and runs right up in on the left shoulder of Kevin Pillar.
Playing with fire. 1 out, bases loaded. And a highly regarded young second baseman, Devin Travis. He looks at strike 1. Travis, 7th inning base hit last night, going 1 for 3. Got good numbers with the bases filled. There's the 0-1. Outside. 0-1.
Travis hitting .294 on the season with 7 home runs and 33 RBIs.
1-1 pitch. And outside again. He's got to throw a strike here. Russell Martin's at third. Danny Valencia at second and Kevin Pillar at first. Mariners had the bases loaded. First inning, came away with 1 run, left them loaded after Marson grounded out the first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Oh boy, 3-1. This will be the 32nd pitch coming up this inning. Travis. Jose Reyes swinging a hot bat. He's on deck. 3-1. Walked him. 2-1 Toronto. RBI for Travis, his 34th. 3 walks in the inning.
They see some activity out there in that Mariner bullpen as Happ seems to have lost that release point.
Scoring on a play. Russell Martin, everybody else moves up. Valencia to third. Pilar to second. 18-minute half inning so far as Vidal Nuno gets ready. And we're talking about Reyes having a good run here. He's a slasher. He looks at a strike. Reyes has reached base in 15 consecutive ball games. He grounded out to third. First time up. Ball 1. Nuno quickly warming up. His Happ has walked 3 here in the inning. First 2 walks have scored.
He's hitting .279 with the bases loaded throughout his career.
Next to the strike, 1 and 2. Didn't like the call. That needs punch out badly. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. That is foul. Early troubles here for Happ in the second. Again, the inning started innocently enough. A 2-1 pitch to Encarnacion. He grounded out the third. Since then, walk, single, run scored, hit, batter, load him up, bases loaded, walk. 2-1 Toronto. 1 and 2 here to Reyes. Struck him out. Needed that as he went chasing. First strikeout for Happ. There's 2 away here in the second inning.
Happ getting Reyes to chase this one up out of the strike zone. Big break right there for the left-hander as the Alaska Supermo.
Remember the old commercial? Thanks, I needed that.
Yes, he did. Still has a dangerous hitter in Josh Donaldson.
Donaldson, a .325 hitter, runners in scoring position. Down low. Donaldson with the bases loaded this season is 3 for 6.
This is where you need that damage control. Put himself in a tough position. Blue Jays only able to get 2 runs across.
Trying to keep it that way. 1-0. Next strike 1-1. Donaldson, second in RBIs behind his teammate Jose Bautista. Is on deck. Bautista with 66. Outfield straight away and deep. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Hammered foul. Donaldson, the 8th man to the plate here in this laborious second inning for Jay Happ.
Big curveball right here. Donaldson rips it right down the line. But fouled by a wide margin.
Ball 2 strikes to Donaldson. Take it up high for ball 2. For all the agony caused in this inning, there's only been 1 hit. 3 walks. 2 have scored. Two pitch to Donaldson. Terrific save there by Sukre. Count runs full. 42 pitches this inning. It's going to make for a very short day.
This is where Happ has to be careful. Anytime pitchers get above 30 pitches in an inning, you start making more and more mistakes out over the plate.
So 3-2. Happ a long look. And Donaldson got tired of waiting. So Happ needs something good to happen here. Pitch number 43 of this second inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. They'll be on the move. Still not happening. 23-minute half inning. Wow, how many conferences? That's a record.
Too many at this point. I'm not sure if they're thinking about changing the signs out there.
Well, this is not
Got
working.
Kevin Pillar on at second base.
This is not comforting. Coaching staff.
But this just doesn't feel good.
No.
When the pitcher and the catcher just can't seem to get on the same page.
There's some accomplishment if they can get out of here with just 2 runs. 3-2 pitch to Donaldson. Runners go. Ball 4. He walked him. Wow. 3-1 Toronto. RBI. Donaldson is 66. Ties Bautista. And he's coming to the plate. And Lloyd's seen enough. Good grief. 4 walks in the inning. 2 bases loaded walks.
Yeah, he's already given the sign out there.
Wow. Boy, that's a disheartening start for Jay Happ, the former Blue Jay. Lloyd's seen enough, and he comes to get his lefty. Jays have a 3-1 lead. Now bases are still loaded, and the always dangerous Jose Bautista. Here at Safeco Field, we take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Big game for the Jays, 5.5 behind the Yankees, tied with Tampa Bay. Baltimore's fallen under the 500 mark. The Red Sox got hot for a while, and then they've gone into the tank. Meanwhile, the Mariners have their own problems here with Jose Bautista up, 2 outs, bases loaded. 3 runs in, 2 via bases loaded walk, and Vidal Nuno gets to face Jose Bautista for the very first time. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Nuno's 15 games this season.
Look out. Bautista, co-leader with Josh Donaldson, 66 runs batted in atop the American League. 9th man to the plate here in the 2nd inning. Just 1 hit so far. Popped up back this way. Nuno 0-2 ahead of Bautista. First time they're facing off. Bautista first time up. Fly to center against Jay Happ. Happ had a 24-minute half inning. He threw 43 pitches in the second inning. Wow. Bautista 0-2. Nuno deals. Out back. Bautista. He's got some serious bat speed, doesn't he?
He does not get cheated. He's got that big high leg kick.
They have wondering what the heck happened. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Wow! What a big moment for Vidal Nuno. Limits the damage. As bad as it was, it's only 3-1 Blue Jays. Big catch. What a pitch here as Bautista tried to impact the game right there and couldn't catch up with some high heat.
He gets that fastball just above the letters. Tough pitch not to swing at. Awfully difficult pitch to catch up to.
So 3-1 Toronto, and it could have been significantly worse. Chris Taylor to lead off, followed by Jesus Sukre and Austin Jackson. Bears had Hutchison on the ropes, couldn't knock him out. Got 1 run on 3 hits and left the bases loaded in the first inning. Taylor hitting at 179, 2 for his last 6. Last couple opportunities he's had. Made a heck of a double play Iwakuma game a couple of days ago. 1-6-3 double play as he swings through. 2-2. So Hutchison down 1-0 early, now back on top, or now on top 3-1. And he strikes out Taylor, second strikeout. So what happened with the manager and the catcher between innings? There was a lot of communication issues between Sukre and Happ. Boy, the catcher with some of his time in the major leagues, reassuring his backup catcher. Probably getting some messages in there as well. Here's a drive deep left center field. Off the bat of Sukre. Suki has hit his first big league home run. Wow, he got a face full and an earful from the skipper. Comes out first, hits homer. Oh man, who's writing this script?
Boys are happy for him. I was talking to Edgar Martinez, and he was telling me about some of the work that he's been doing with Sukre. And he said he was starting to make some great adjustments, and he felt like if he had the opportunity, it would start to show in game. And there it is.
First pitch. It's only his second hit of the season. He's now 2 for 29. First major league home run for Jesus Sukre out of Cumana in Venezuela.
Just right on the sweet spot right there. Alaska Airlines Supermo. Robbie Cano might be having more fun with this than anyone else in that dugout.
Well, he's a big favorite in the clubhouse. Sukre and Felix and Cruz. That's why we show up at the yard, Dave, because you just never know what's going to happen as Austin Jackson strikes out. This is remarkable.
And he really puts a charge into this ball.
That's the hardest ball he's hit all year. Jason Phillips getting out of the way. Incoming. Right over to 376. Giving big thanks. Wow.
Alaska Airlines Supermo showing us a little kiss to the sky. Getting a great greeting by the boys in the dugout.
That is really something. 387 feet, first major league home run. Happ still trying to figure out what happened to him in the second inning.
I hope they saved that ball.
Well, it's in our bullpen, so it should be good.
In there?
Yeah. Philly and the boys have it. Kyle Seager heading to count 2-0.
Well, we thought there might be some runs put up on the board here this afternoon. Hutchinson with an ERA
5.19. Sheesh. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to Kyle. Brings up Nelly Cruz. But you're looking at the numbers, as you said, Dave. His big ERA. He's got big run support. Right-handers are hitting 330 off of Hutchinson. Figure something good's got to happen, right?
Yes. You don't often see a split like that where right-handers are hitting higher off the right-hander than the left-handers are.
Happ had a second inning meltdown, but maybe his teammates are in the process of picking him up. There's Cruz. Base hit. Center field, his first time up. One to Nelson. He's 4 for 19 now against Drew Hutchison. 2 outs, a man aboard. Mariners down a run. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Mariners, 3 runs on 1 hit at the Jays. After 1-2. You gotta like that combination. You get Buhner, Cano, Cruz. See Buhner probably see Jake sometime next week. Runner goes, pitch swung on and miss, and Cruz strikes out on a 1-2 pitch. But the Mariners get on the board from the most unlikely source. Jesus Sukre, his first major league home run, makes it a 3-2 score. Toronto on top. 3-2 here amongst all kinds of fans out in the pen. Wrap up the series with the Jays tomorrow. Diamondbacks come in for 3. Then the Mariners head off to Minnesota and Colorado. Minnesota 5.5 back at Kansas City. Now Nuno on in relief. Jay Happ. He's got Encarnacion, Colabello, and Martin here in the 3rd. Swing and miss. Nuno came in bases loaded and struck out Jose Bautista to end the inning, and the Jays left the bases loaded. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 called. Nuno on top of his game right now. He's got back-to-back strikeouts. There's one down here in the 3rd. Come see King Felix take on the D-backs under the summer sun. He's going to take them out for a special Mariner matinee coming up on Wednesday. It's a 12:40 first pitch. $30 going to get you in the King's Court. Plus, you'll receive a King's Court t-shirt and a cake card. So get your tickets at mariners.com/Felix. Felix joining Dallas Keuchel in last night's game is the only 12-game winners in the American League. Another strong outing. Senor Hernandez, as he went 7 innings of 6 hit, 2-run ball, 1 earned. Knocked his ERA down to 2.69. Here's Colabello. Nuno off the mound, throws, nice dig by Lomo, got him.
Nice play by Nuno as he comes off the mound towards the 3rd base side. Showing some athleticism right there. A little topper off the bat of Colabello. Lomo showing us that nice glove work over there at first.
He's practiced that pretty much every day. He's been really good around the bag. Quick 2 outs here in the 3rd. Time called. So Martin walked his first time up. On Friday, Nunez came up in a media conference with Lloyd McClendon, and Lloyd was saying, hey, so I'm very impressed by him. He knows his way around the mound and been very good for the Mariners.
And he's left-handed.
Yes, sir.
Never have enough of those guys.
Bunt and a beauty. A challenge Nuno to do it again. And he does! Great job to Del Nuno. Gold glove caliber defensive plays here in the 3rd inning. Being brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor the BNSF Blast, and by Clearwater Casino Resort. So many reasons to come out and play. I-90. Boys, I got to be jammed next week. Seafair, Blue Angels, all the boat races. A lot of folks out there next week. That's an interesting way to wear that.
That's called focus right there, right?
Boy,
he's just locked in on the game.
Oh, man.
His Felix blinders.
He's running in the third at Aqueduct tomorrow.
That's what every pitcher needs right there, that good focus.
How about that? Cano struck out looking first time with the bases loaded first inning. Mariner runs so far. First inning sac fly by Seth Smith, and then Jesus Sukre, a one-out solo blast in the second, his first major league home run. J-Happ had his problems in the second inning. 24-minute half inning, 43 pitches. Gave up 3 runs on 1 hit, walked in 2. Travis boats it. Cano is safe. And need 4. Need 4 on Evan Travis. That'll be his 6th error.
Travis gets over there in front, but as that last hop came up and bit him right off his left forearm. Thought he was going to have a chance to get Cano after he recovered, but didn't look like he got that good grip on the ball. E4.
Seth Smith drove in the Mariners' first run of the ball game. Breaking ball for a strike. Blue Jays 11th in defense coming into today's game. Mariners tied for 3rd with Detroit defensive field percentage. No flight. Seth with the sacrifice fly, 1 out on a 2-2 pitch in the first inning. That scored Austin Jackson. One.
And that last at bat, Seth Smith found himself 0-2 very quickly. But again, put together a quality at bat, ultimately resulting in that sac fly to left field.
Swirling wind right now. Slight breeze coming in from center field as Cano has to duck on the base hit by Seth Smith. For the Mariners, here in the home 3rd, have the first 2 men aboard on an error and a base hit.
Smith gets fooled right here. A little bit out in front. Still able to recover. Hit a hard line drive into right field for a base hit. Probably having a duck. Not want to run into that line drive.
Mariners at 1st and 2nd. Trumbo walked in a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. 1-0 pitch. Hammered and hooking foul. Early in the third row with base with that foul ball souvenir. Mariners in a good stretch here. 2 consecutive wins, 3 of the last 4. Chopper goes foul.
Trumbo taking his time, trying to catch his breath before he gets back in the box.
Trumbo trying to generate something here. 1-2 count. 2 on, nobody out. Fly ball, right field. Bautista getting under it. Cano tags. He'll make his way to third, get there safely. Advance the runner. The runner's at the corners here for the Mariners. 1 out for Logan Morrison. Morrison grounded out first base. Bases loaded to end the first inning. 1 for 4 against Drew Hutchison. Entering today, lefty's hitting .258. 5 homers against Drew. A lot of good-looking Mariner gear around the ballpark here today. Another big crowd. A lot of late arrivals. Looks like we're going to be up around 40,000 again. That's going old school Seattle Pilots.
Back in the yearbook right there.
2-0.
It's just 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position here this afternoon. He left 4 on base. Looking for a big knock right here from Logan Morrison.
Here we go, 2-0. Bouncing ball to Travis. First one, and they don't get the back end run. Scores, tie ball game. An acrobatic play. Travis and Reyes.
Yeah, that ball was hit just slow enough for Logan Morrison to beat the relay to first base.
So an RBI fielder's choice for Lomo.
Devin Travis coming all the way to his left. Makes a valiant attempt right here to go to second base. Gets off a good throw to Jose Reyes. Reyes unable to get anything on this throw to first.
It's Chris Taylor for the second time. Lomo takes off. Throw by Russell Martin is.
He dropped it.
He dropped it. Lomo with the stolen bases, 6th of the year. He's only been caught twice.
He got a big jump right there too. Drew Hutchison not paying any attention to him over at first base. But Travis catches it, tags him, but
came out, couldn't hold on. They would have had him.
with that left hand is able to knock it out of the glove of Devin Travis.
Knocks it out right there. Ooh, that left ankle, and then the right ankle and knee into that bag.
It's a big body sliding in there.
At a high rate of speed. Striking the outside corner, 1-1. Keller struck out on a 2-2 pitch first time. Fielder's choice RBI for Lomo. That gives him 34 runs batted in. Bautista, he's got room. Foul territory, and that'll do it for the Mariners. They pick up a run on the Fielder's choice RBI by Logan Morrison. Ties the game at 3-3. And put his mark on this contest, Dave Valley.
Yes, he gets a big strikeout right there to Jose Bautista with the bases loaded. Comes back to next inning. Gets a very dangerous Edwin Encarnacion for strike 3. And then showing some athleticism right here. Gets off the mound. Recovers. Gets that out over at first base. He says, "Bunt, you're going to try to bunt on me? Are you kidding me? Take that." Well done by Vidal Nuno.
Phase 4, retired all of them. Here's your long man today. J. Happ didn't have it. 1 2/3, 1 hit, 3 walks, 3 earned, 4 walks and a strikeout. 1 hit, 3 runs, 4 walks, walked in 2 runs. So with all of that in 78 minutes, now we begin the middle portion of the ball game, top of the 4th. Danny Valencia. First pitch swinging, pops it up for Cano. One away here in the 4th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Cloudy day, family day, Saturday baseball here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Dave Valley with you, and the Root Sports crew. These guys ever at the ready, looking for that foul ball they can take home.
Always come prepared, right?
Mm-hmm. Kevin Pillar was hit by J. Happ on an 0-2 pitch in the second.
This game's gotten off to a bit of a strange start. Took J. Happ 52 pitches to get 5 outs, and Nuno here needed only 15 to get his first 5. What a game, huh? What a great game.
Totally crazy. But J. Happ now off the hook. Judge the break. See, big crowd here. We come to above the A and Safeco Field. 2-1 count to Pillar. Took something off of that, fouled it off. High, full count. Devin Travis on deck. Foul back. Pitch hit on his fist. Boy, a lot of injuries this year. Pedroia back on the DL for Boston, aggravated hammy. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera still out. He's taking some light fielding drills today. And that pitch off the plate. First base runner allowed by Nuno with a walk. One out, one on here in the fourth. The next KeyBank run around the bases of the summer coming up tomorrow afternoon after this Maryland Blue Jay contest wraps up the series at 110. All kids 14 and under. You're going to be able to take a trip around the Safeco Field Diamond. So join in on the fun. Get your tickets at mariners.com. Here's Travis. Bases loaded walk, his first time up. Checking some of the headlines, Dave. Supposedly the Cubs are interested in Cole Hamels or David Price. That'd be interesting.
Not surprising. They have been a very surprising ball club this year. I think they've probably a year ahead of what they had planned.
Base hit by Travis. Just the second hit this afternoon by the Toronto Blue Jays.
Travis gets out. The Alaska Airlines Supermo showing us just that great timing right here. Pitch a little bit down, out over the plate, rips it into left field for a base hit.
Cubs getting a good look at Cole Hamels right now. Phillies have a 3-0 lead. Hamels has pitched 5 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts.
You know, you talk about Cole Hamels and David Price. Those are guys that would look good on any staff.
2 premier lefties. Top of the order, Jose Reyes. Ground out to third and a strikeout. 2 on here, 1 out. Way late on that one.
We're talking about Cole Hamels too, Dave. You got an elite pitcher that you would have under control for the next 3 years as well, where David Price would be more of a rental.
Hamels threw 5 as a no-hitter at Chicago at the Cubs. Good speed out there. Pilar, Travis, and Reyes. 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes. Well, Michael Saunders, he was traded for Jay Happ. Saunders on the DL, has been for most of the season. Coming off a knee injury. Stepped on a sprinkler during early spring training drills in Florida. On 2 strikes. A's and Giants 1-1 bottom 5. Detroit 4-0 at Boston bottom of the 5th. There's 1-2 pitch. Long foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. One-two pitch from Nuno. Line drive right at Smith. Throw to second, get a double play. The inning is over. Where was Pilar going? A liner right at Smitty. Big break for the Mariners. Keeps the score tied at 3-3. Improve your on-bus percentage. Riding is easy. Just ask our rider's guide, available at soundtransit.org. Crazy game we've had here this afternoon. J. Happ can't get out of the second inning. Gives up 3 runs, walked in 2. A lot of communications problems with this man, Jesus Sukre, the backup catcher. So what does Sukre do? Second inning with 1 out, hits his first big league homer.
Yeah, he communicated with that fastball.
That he did. Sukre, Jackson, and Seager here in the bottom of the 4th. What a great moment for Suki.
It jumps on his first fastball from Hutchison. The boys out there in the bullpen, who he spends a lot of time with, had a scatter.
Down ball to Reyes. 1 out. Reyes is fun to watch.
He's always been one of those electric type players. Great speed. Early on when he was with the New York Mets, was really a great catalyst at the top of that lineup. Still has all those skills. But has had a trouble of staying out there on the field and being helped.
There's Austin Jackson. He broke an 0 for 9 skid with a base hit to left in the first. Second inning, he struck out. Oh, 2. Mariners won back-to-back games and 3 of their last 4. Hopefully, Dave, this is a takeoff point for the boys here in game number 98.
Yeah, I really felt like last night was an important one with Felix on the mound. It's kind of a must-win, being kind of in the tipping point of the season.
Donaldson throws out Jackson. And the way that game started with the funky play with Felix throwing the ball away with Reyes, and then Lomo turning his back, and Reyes scores from third, and then Miller gets picked off at third. Those are all the ingredients of an L.
Yeah, it really didn't feel good early on. But the team was able to rally back as the hot bat of Robinson Cano contributed that 2-run triple to right center field.
It's Seager, Cruz, and Cano all extending their hitting streaks last night, and Seager continues today. Base hit, first time up, base hit to right, and he's walked his second appearance. 5-game hitting streak. Cruz extended his to 5. Cano 0 for 2, looking to extend his to 6. One to Kyle. Looks very comfortable batting second in the order. Changeup beats him there, 1-2. All the Blue Jays fans, as soon as those gates open out of the pen, which open up a little bit before general admission, a sea of Blue Jay fans came in. Two. Val Nunez, part of the Mariners story. It's a good one. 2 1/3 hitting a shutout ball, giving up just 1 hit. In relief from starter J. Happ, only went an inning and 2/3. 2-2 to Kyle. Full count. Nelson Cruz on deck. Single and a strikeout.
Mariners looking to build a little picket fence here this afternoon, scoring 1 in the first, second, and third. Wouldn't mind a crooked number once once or twice today.
Absolutely. Make it 3 in a row. Why not? They're his longest winning streak of the season back in May. 4 consecutive ball games. Popped up back this way. Two outs, nobody on in the 4th. 3-2 pitch. Base hit center field. Kyle Seager keeps the inning going for Nelly Cruz. See if he can do something here. Wrap up this series and the season series with the Jays tomorrow. Weather expected to be about the same. CenturyLink What's Next will bring you Mike Burley and Taijuan Walker. The wily veteran against the ascending star.
Taijuan has really turned his season around. Got off to a bit of a slow start in the early going. Starting to find himself and starting to pitch like the Mariners had hoped he would.
A 5-game winning streak at one stretch. Sub-2 ERA. Here's Cruz. 1 for 2. Good 2-strike hitting by Kyle Seager. Foul back 1-1. Paul Hamels 1 out into the 6th inning of his no-hitter at the Cubs. 3-0 Phillies. Oh, that hit him. Pilar was hit back in the 2nd inning by Happ, and now Cruz gets hit.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are related to each other. The ball hits right off the armor that Nelly Cruz wears on that left elbow and tricep. It's just a 2-seam fastball that gets away from Hutchinson. Looks like Nelly's going to be just fine. That's why you wear that armor.
Here, here. Well, it's a good time as any for Robinson Cano to extend his hitting streak to 6 games. 0 for 2 today. Took a called 3rd strike with the bases loaded in the 1st. Reached on an error by Devin Travis, the 2nd baseman, leading off the 3rd, and came around and scored on the Lomo fielder's choice RBI.
You just kind of get the sense that Hutchinson has lost his release point. We saw Jay Happ lose it back there in the 2nd inning.
Liam Hendricks warming up.
Hutchinson now has 80 pitches on the afternoon.
Cano hits it a long way, left field, getting deep, getting gone! A 3-run homer by Robbie Cano! 6-3 Mariners, and Robbie's hitting streak extended to 6 games on home run number 10. And it runs his RBI total to 41. Robbie Cano!
Well, we've seen the difference here in the month of July when Cano has just gotten caught on fire. And how has he done it? He's done it by hitting that ball to left field. Hit a couple home runs to left field on that last road trip. This time Hutchinson again starting to miss his target, leaves one up out over the plate.
Boy, his head was right where it wanted to be. He had a good look at that. Boy, oh boy. It's happening. Smitty swings through.
The 2 home run boys right there. Sukre and Cano.
Who had
there's that crooked number we were looking for.
Who had that combo this morning?
Valencia goes up. That glove gets kind of stuck at the top of the wall, but somebody in Edgar's Cantina makes a fine grab.
6-3 Mariners.
Beautiful three-point play right there.
Yes, it was. Reyes will throw out Seth. 360 feet on a 3-run homer by Robbie Cano, his 10th of the year. A big blast. It was a Jay fan. I wonder if he's going to give it to the Mariner fan. Who cares? 6-3 Mariners.
Give it to a Cougar.
You're a big winner today. Sukre with his first big league homer. Robbie with his 10th here this afternoon. Make sure you join us tonight for an exciting MLS matchup. Tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific as the Portland Timbers travel to Texas to take on FC Dallas. And then stay tuned after the match to watch our live postgame show. For local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Dave Sims and Dave Valley with you. As Vidal Nuno pitches to Josh Donaldson, keep in mind, and that's about what I was about to say, that this is a quick strike offense. #1 scoring team in baseball. And Donaldson on a 1-0 pitch gets his first hit of the day. It's his 25th double.
Yeah, Donaldson, one of the league leaders in extra base hits, doesn't waste any time. Alaska Airlines Supermo showing us this line drive right down the left field line.
Now tied with Mike Trout, 48 extra base hits. I was just about to say, these guys can score. We were talking about
it's
during the break.
Over. It's not over.
They can score a touchdown in a blink. These guys are ridiculous. There's Bautista, struck out first time against Nuno. So you know where his mind is at. He's looking for pull side and something deep. Big task here for Nuno. Keep him in the yard.
Yeah, Bautista will get on some streaks. Who's got that big high leg kick. Looks like he's playing slow pitch softball.
There's a line drive coming in to get it is Mark Trumbo. Ball's hit hard. One out, one on. Brings up Encarnacion. He took a called third strike on a 2-2 pitch from Nuno leading off the third. Nuno's on because Jay Happ lasted just an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 2 walks, forced in runs, and recorded 1 strikeout. Strike 1. Eddie E. Big crowd, 45,027. Yesterday's crowd was big at 43,328, third biggest of the year. Now that number's been surpassed. Nuno 1-1. Encarnacion with Colabello on deck. So this is now the new third largest crowd. This time Wilhelmsen gets ready. 1-1. You got a back left? Good grief.
I felt the breeze up here.
I'm telling you. 1-2.
Yeah, this middle part of this order, they don't get cheated. Josh Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion.
Number one in runs, 515 runs coming into today's game, 5.26 a ball game. 1-2. Bounce foul. And with all that productivity, the Blue Jay team is just 21-30 on the road. They've lost 5 consecutive games here in Seattle. Of course, dating back to last year. 1-2. Mariners infield, Seager, Taylor, Cano, and Morrison with Sukre behind the plate. Smith, Jackson, and Trumbo in the outfield. Sukre knows his way to the mound. He made about 4 trips in one inning. Talked to Jay Happ.
Yeah, I think this one right here is more about their signs with Donaldson back out there on second base.
Big pitch, 2-2 to Encarnacion. Full count. Chris Colabello on deck. Chris has walked it. Thrown out on a little squibber down at third baseline. Nuno threw him out. Big man to get here. 3-2 pitch. Sukre is going to take a look. It does not come back to him. So action in both pens. Liam Hendricks for Toronto and Tom Wilhelmsen for the Mariners. Jackson in center field, couple steps towards the left. Boy, he chased the pitch well out of the zone and got a piece of it.
Alaska Airlines Supermo showing us Encarnacion just getting a piece of that pitch just above the strike zone. He's not up there looking to walk, right?
No.
If it's close, that bat is moving.
And he takes his ball 4. The Jays with 1 out have 2 on. Nuno's second walk. And Lloyd's going to come get Vidal Nuno. Nuno turned in some good work though after Happ sputtered in the second inning. But right now the Jays trying to get right back at 6-3 Mariners.
lead over the Jays right here at Safeco Field. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. Time for a little hashtag Where I Root. Let's see what some of the fans are sending to us on this Coug Day at Safeco Field. Well, that works from Shabby Black Dog. I'll assume that's not the family's last name. Also at the ballpark, Dalo father-son combo. That's a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Joseph hanging with the best kid in the world here at the ballpark. And Kelly Stevens and friends here rooting on the Mariners. It's great to have those folks sending those in. Send yours in as well at hashtag Where I Root. Back upstairs to Dave and Dave.
All right, we're rooting right here. Thank you, Tom. Tom Wilhelmsen takes over, the bartender. Good to see him. And he's got a task now of getting a right-handed Chris Colabello. Guy's got some pop. Has been dangerous against the Mariners in the course of his young career.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a day for the bullpen out there. Wilhelmsen, second guy being used out of Lloyd McClendon's bullpen.
Donaldson leadoff double. He's at second. Encarnacion just walked. Now Colabello 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Colabello 0 for 1 against Big Tom. Robinson Cano, a 3-run homer in the 4th. Extended the Mariners, put the Mariners in front 6-3. Mariners had a 1-0 lead. First inning, left the bases loaded. Jays come back with 3 in the second. Mariners are running to second and third, and then a 3-run shot by Cano. Sukre's also homered, his first of his career. 0-1. Time in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. 1 out, 2 on. Blocked by Sukre, ball and 2 strikes.
Colabello having a strong season for the Blue Jays, hitting .320. On base percentage was .367, slugging .502. Think of the Blue Jays, typically you're thinking Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion, but they've got some other guys that can turn that ball around as well.
Yeah, great. Russell Martin, their catcher's got 14 home runs. Colabello 9. Valencia and Pilar with 7, along with Travis with 7. Number 1 slugging team in the American League. Toronto Blue Jays. Slugging percentage of .441. John Gibbons Ball Club. One-two pitch in the dirt. Long look by Big Tom. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Full count. Russell Martin Jr., the catcher's on deck. He's 0 for 1. Donaldson at second, Encarnacion at first. Taylor and Cano double play depth up the middle. 3-2 pitch. Come back here. Tom to Cano. Oh, and he dropped on a transfer. Could not complete the double play. Two away. Donaldson to third.
Yeah, Blue Jays catch a break right here. Robbie Cano coming over. There's the out right there, but just on the transfer, just never does get that good grip on the baseball.
So fielder's choice 1-4. Almost out of the inning. Good throw by Wilhelmsen. Robbie just couldn't grip it. The Jays stay alive, and they'll bring up Russell Martin. 2 outs in the 5th with 2 on. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Mariners. They've left 5. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error for Toronto. They've left 4 men on.
Russell Martin, 14 home runs, 47 RBIs on the season.
Breaking ball for a strike. Martin 0 for 5 against Tom. Here's the 0-1. Worked inside but missed. On 1 pitch. Nice breaking ball from Tom. Ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Russell Martin not happy again. That's 2 breaking balls. Down in the zone, he has not been pleased with. See if Tommy comes back with one just a little bit lower.
Ball and 2 strikes to Martin. Breaking ball and a beauty struck him out. Big Tom comes through, strands 2 in the 5th inning. 6-3 lead for the Mariners. Field with BECU Family Nights, where each member of the family scores a select view level seat for one low price. Next event is set for Monday, 7/10, start against the Diamondbacks. So pick up your tickets right now at Mariners.com/specials. New pitcher for the Blue Jays, and it's right-hander Liam Hendricks.
Hendricks takes over for Drew Hutchinson. Appeared in 32 ball games, a record of 2-0. ERA of 2.90, 38 strikeouts, over 40 in the third innings.
Mariners have a nice little string going. They've scored in every inning here in this ball game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. Mark Trimbo for 1 with a walk. Hit it hard. Nice play, Donaldson. Well done. 1 out. Robbing Trumbo. Good play.
Donaldson showing some great range right here. This ball's hit right on the button. Looks like he caught that ball after it was past him. Got up to his feet. Throws a strike over there to third base.
All done by the Auburn University alum. Fielder's choice RBI for Lomo last time up. Rounded out the first. His first plate appearance. Here's the 0-1. 1-1.
Hutchinson here today really struggling through those 4 innings. Gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those were earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on 84 pitches through those 4 innings.
Foul back. Hendricks out of Perth, Australia, born there, lives in Marmion, Australia. In Chicago, 99 pitches, a no-hitter for Cole Hamels against the Cubs through 7. Got 12 Ks. Almo fooled on that pitch. Martin throws him out. Quick 2 outs. As we take a look at our Arco top tier performer. Hall of Fame weekend. These guys are all going in. Craig Biggio, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, and John Smoltz. How about Smoltz with the 2-13 wins and 154 saves? A lot of strikeouts. 668 doubles for Biggio.
Some good arms right there.
Taylor sends one deep, right center field. Pilar back, makes the catch. Hit it at the 380 mark. He hit it 378. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 5th. this Saturday afternoon. We check out our Columbia Bank difference of the game. Robbie Cano on a 1-0 pitch. Fourth inning, couple of men aboard, a 3-run shot, his 10th homer. RBI total taken to 41 and extends his hitting streak to 6 games. He's 1 for 3 today. That makes him 10 out of his last 23. Great month of July. Big hug for Edgar.
Starting to see Robbie really cover that outside part of the plate, driving it the other way.
John Wilhelmsen continues on here in the 6th. He's got Danny Valencia, Kevin Pillar, Evan Travis, 7, 8, 9 in the order. Also homering today, Jesus Sukre, starting catcher, broken 0 for 16. With his second hit of the season, his first big league homer. It was with 1 out in the 2nd inning. To Valencia, RBI single in the 2nd, and I'll pop it to Cano. That was in the 4th inning. Tuno almost got a play. 1 out. 1 out here in the Toronto 6th. On the road traveling and want to watch your Mariners? Subscribe to MLB.TV Premium for live or on demand on over 400 devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking, and more. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Brings up center fielder Kevin Pillar, hit by a pitch and walked today. Breaking ball from Tom, strike 1. Bouncing ball goes to Chris Taylor. 2 away.
Tommy looking good.
Yes, he is. Not too much action for Chris Taylor today. That's his first assist.
You don't see that too often for the shortstop.
It's not into the 6th inning, that's for sure. Devin Travis, the second baseman. Bases loaded walk and a single to left. Shows bunt takes a strike.
Yes, Kingdom sighting right there. Really great day spent inside the Kingdom.
Pass Seager in the left field. Seth Smith coming on hard. Here's a throw. They got a chance to get him. No, throw way offline. And digging for third, and he's going to get there. Devin Travis. Speed never takes a vacay, Val.
Yeah, you saw Devin Travis. As soon as that ball got down the left field line, he put his head down, and he was bent on getting to second base. This ball just past Kyle Seager. Seth Smith gets there pretty quickly. Gets off a strong throw, but a little bit offline. Robinson Cano unable to stop that ball as it goes out into shallow right field.
A double in an E7. Good awareness by Travis, too, after the slide. 2-out base runner for the Jays. 6-3 Mariners. As Reyes looks at ball 1. 4th time up for Jose. He's 0 for 3. Ground out, strikeout, and a line out to left.
Reyes had a couple of hits off of Felix Hernandez last night, going 2 for 4.
Did not go as they check in with Greg Gibson. Pretty athletic hold, wasn't it? Jeez.
He got those feet moving quickly.
Oh, man.
Tommy's got a good curveball here this afternoon. Got a lot of bite to it. been able to control it as well, throwing it for strikes.
Needs an out here. 2-0. Back to the strike. First time he's seeing Jose Reyes. Time came on in the 5th inning. Relief of Vidal Nuno, who was on in relief of Jay Happ, the starter. Can't afford walks with Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion. Next 3 hitters. (3-1). Tom struck out Russell Martin on a heck of a curveball in the 5th inning. It's 3-2 here to Reyes in the 6th. 2 outs. The man in 3rd. Josh Donaldson on deck. 1 for 2 today, and got a bases loaded walk as well. 3-2 pitch to Reyes. Popped up out of play. Three-two pitch. Slash foul. Tom ready. 3-2 to Reyes. One more time. Hit well. Right field. Trumbo going back. One hop the fence. Reyes will hold with an RBI double. 6-4 Mariners.
Reyes really battling Tom Wilhelmsen during that at bat. Fouled off some close pitches. Tommy mixing it up well as also.
Reyes with his 17th double and 34th run batted in.
Alaska's Airlines Supermo takes us to this fastball right here. Squared up by Jose Reyes. Trumbo was playing him shallow. No chance to run that ball down as it one hops the wall in right field.
Tying run at the plate, Josh Donaldson. And has awakened the Blue Jays fans. Big part of the crowd of 45,027 here this afternoon. Well, Helmson trying to keep it right here at 6-4. 1-0 to Donaldson. 2-0. Donaldson 1 for 5 against Big Tom with a home run.
But be careful on this pitch right here. Donaldson's going to be looking fastball.
Stopped by Sukre as the count goes to 3-0 with Bautista on deck. RBI today for Donaldson. Ties him with Bautista at 66 for the American League lead.
I would imagine he's got the green light right here. 3-0.
Rio pitch. Oh, that puts some hurt on it.
He was ready for it. Look at Dead Red gets it. This pitch just high enough that it gets past Donaldson. His back wasn't loose. Now it is.
3-1. 2 outs. Run in. Reyes blazing speed at second. Omo and Sukre do not have a play. 3-2. Big spot in this ball game. 3-2, 2 outs, runner at second, a run on the board for the Jays here in the 6th. Tom deals to Donaldson. Off the fist, foul back. Cole Hamels in the 8th, still no hitting the Cubs. 2 outs in the 8th.
You think he just stays in Chicago after the game?
Theo Epstein probably picking up the. Probably already got the call in to Ruben tomorrow. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Tom Wilhelmsen with another big inning-ending strikeout. Gives up a run, but strands a runner and keeps the Mariners in front, 6-4. Baseball here in Root Sports, brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Over in Belltown, good luck at the fountain. Coug family in the house on Cougar Day here at Safeco Field. Sure, he's been over to Pullman. First pitch from Liam Hendricks. Strike one to Jesus Sukre. Dave Valley, don't you think it's incumbent upon the Mariners to get more runs against this high-scoring Toronto Blue Jays ball club?
Yeah, I don't think you can just feel good about the 2-run lead right here. You want to continue to play add-on. And they've scored in every inning except the last.
Sukre with his first major league home run back in the 2nd. Second time up, grounded out to short. One and two. Hendricks on in relief for Drew Hutchison, the starter, went 4 innings of 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, gave up 2 home runs. Sukre and 3-run shot by Robinson Cano. .112 pitches for Cole Hamels through 8 innings, shutout ball, no-hit ball at Wrigley Field for the Phillies. The lead 5-0. 2-2. Strike 3 call. Hendricks with his 2nd strikeout. Don't forget, stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Top of the order, Austin Jackson. Got a base hit in his first time up. Since then, strikeout and a ground out. 1 for 3, runs scored. Scored on the Seth Smith first inning sac fly. What a 1, Austin. Strike 2 from Hendricks. Hendricks in his second tour of duty with Toronto. He was with them for 3 games last year and then finished the season with Kansas City. He's been with Minnesota prior to that. Young man out of Australia. Left field. Valencia comes over, makes the catch. 2 outs here in the Mariners' home 6th. Experience Safeco Field like never before when you join us for a luncheon on the Diamond Friday, August 7th. We're going to honor the newest Mariners Hall of Fame member, Jamie Moyer. Edgar Jr. and other Mariner legends are going to be on hand for this memorable afternoon, so visit mariners.com/Jamie for more info. Kyle Seager, 2-hit day, runs scored and a walk, extended his hitting streak to 5 games. 9 for his last 22. Certainly enjoying his new home, batting second in the order.
I think second in the order is a good spot for Kyle. Pretty patient up at the plate. He's got an on-base percentage of .332, slugging .460. And the convenience of having Nelson Cruz and Robbie Cano behind you.
Ball and 2 strikes. Waiting for it, the second baseman Travis. Mariners are gone in the 6th. They've been shut out the last 2 innings after scoring a run, at least a run in the first 4 in this 6-4 lead. The Toronto Blue Jays, front of a big house, almost 46,000 here. So we look at our Geico this date in MLB history. Take you back Just a year ago, July 25, Felix set an American League record, tied an MLB record, 13th straight start of 7 innings and 2 or fewer earned runs, and Felix's record-breaking streak came to an end at 16. He was robbed. I tell you, he didn't win the Cy Young that year. He didn't win it. He got robbed.
He did. Felix off to another great start this season, 12-5.
Some pitchers coming up the next few days. And barring unforeseen circumstances, Felix will get a chance to swing the bat in Colorado on the next road trip,
which I'm sure he is very excited about.
And that date, no doubt, circled on his calendar. It'll be Monday in Denver. Monday a week.
Air quality thin. Ball travels well.
Get it in the air and see what happens. 2-0 to Bautista.
I still remember doing the game in New York City at Old Shea Stadium. He was facing Johan Santana.
Yeah, that's right. You were over on. I was on radio that day, and you were over on TV. That's right.
Closed his eyes, made contact, hit a grand slam.
Right center field. This is stay in the ballpark. Bautista flies out to center field. There was also the game later on. Was it a comeback or something? Was it he slid in the home plate, or was it a defense? Oh, that's right. It was a pass ball. He came in the cover, and we all just had our hearts in our throats because remember his ankle went. He was able to overcome it. But that was a scary sight.
Anytime you get those pitchers off that mound,
I saw it yesterday.
Crazy things can happen.
It was Encarnacion. They had a little dribbler with Reyes leading off, and he probably should, no doubt, should have held on to it. He had no chance of getting Reyes. He was flying up the line and threw it away. Hamels into the 9th inning. Phillies lead 5-0. Cole with a no-hitter through 8. He's throwing 112 pitches. Looking to get the final 3 outs. And hard right to Sukre. 2 outs. Hamels part of a combined no-no for the Phillies last year, September 1 against Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Cubs have played more than 8,000 games and not had one of their pitchers throw a no-hitter.
That's really surprising, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I thought at least maybe a guy like Fergie Jenkins would be in that mix. Here's Colabello. Chris today 0 for 2, walk and a run scored. He was Wilhelmsen's first batter in the 5th. Tom, the 3rd Mariner pitcher. Happ won an inning and 2/3. Nuno went 2 2/3. Second opportunity for Taylor, and he makes it work. That's his 2nd assist of the day on a 1-2-3 7th. Mariners lead 6-4. President's Lottery win would change your bucket list. Play today. Mariners trying to get their third consecutive victory, but right now we want to check in with Jen Mueller and find out what's coming up on Mariners All Access tomorrow.
Well, Dave, we know that Randy Johnson goes into Cooperstown tomorrow. Jamie Moyer goes into the Mariners Hall of Fame in a couple of weeks. We take a look at what the current Mariners appreciate about Moyer's pitching style and catch up with Patrick Kivlahan, the Mariners minor league prospect, on how football helped his baseball career, and one-on-one with Franklin Gutierrez on how he's changed his routine since rejoining the big league club. Mariners All Access debuts tomorrow at noon, Dave, prior to our pregame show.
Sounds good, Jen. Thank you. Look forward to that. Cole Hamels, 1 out, 9th inning, no-hitter in progress at Wrigley Field. Nelson Cruz going to lead off against a new pitcher for the Blue Jays, the veteran left-hander Brett Cecil. Hendricks pitched 2 innings of scoreless ball with 2 strikeouts. Mariners got all their runs against starter Drew Hutchison. 4 innings of 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. 2-0 to Nelly. Big whiff. Through the whole base hit. Cruz with his 2nd hit today. 2 for 3.
Nelly having a good start to this series. He had 3 knocks last night, 2 more today. This one another solid base hit right through the left side.
Under 23 pitches for Cole Hamels, 2 outs, 9th inning at Chicago, trying to get a no-hitter.
I've been at that spot 4 different times. 9th inning, 2 out, and it wasn't meant to be. It was tough. Twice with Randy Johnson, once with Mark Langston, once with Randy Johnson.
Bouncing ball off the bat of Cano, and Cano beats it. 4-6 fielder's choice. 1 away.
Robbie rolling over this ball, but hustling down the line, not getting doubled up.
I like the Travis kid. Good looking second baseman.
Yeah, I think they've got a good one over there. Swings the bat well. He's got good speed, good hands over at second base.
Cole Hamels an out away from a no-no. Heralded rookie Chris Bryant at the plate for the Cubs. Meanwhile, here's Goody. Franklin Gutierrez. How spectacular was that pinch hit grand slam he had in Detroit? And pinch hit now for Seth Smith.
The opposite way to boot.
Yeah. Goody will stay on and play in left field. We spoke about an inning and change ago. Can't have enough runs against these Toronto Blue Jays. Cole Hamels a strike away from the no-no as Fernando Rodney heats up. Goody right to Reyes, throw to first, and Cano's back safely, hit it on the butt. We'll bring up Mark Trumbo, 0 for 2 with a walk. Got robbed last time up in the 5th. Donaldson made a wonderful play against him. What a finish in Philly. The center fielder went way back. The wind knocked it down on the track, makes the catch, and Cole Hamels has thrown a no-hitter at the Cubs. You know how that wind plays in Chicago, Val.
They can swirl, the wind can give, and it can take away.
Tom Glasgow will have the highlights for you shortly. The center fielder was playing deep, went back, looked like he had, and all of a sudden he had to take a couple steps in. The wind knocked it down. There have not been very many bright spots for the Phillies, but this is certainly one here today as the Cubs get no hit by Cole Hamels. Val, you think that turns up the ardor, that the flames of desire for teams that get Cole Hamels with him throwing a no-no today?
Well, I think there's a lot of teams that really do want him. This is just kind of an exclamation point to show exactly what he has, what he can bring to a ball club.
0-2 to Trumbo.
Think of all the different clubs that could use him. We've heard a lot of rumors, whether it was the Astros. They ended up getting the left-hander from Oakland.
Kazmir.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are a team that could use a third starter. Boy, wouldn't that be a great third starter in Cole Hamels? You go Kershaw, Greinke, Hamels. In a 5-game series or a 7-game series, they'd be tough to beat.
They got the cha-ching to do it too, and the willingness to do it. Hamels with the win goes to 6-7. That is a tremendous accomplishment. 129 pitches for Cole Hamels. Trumbo working 0-2 to Cecil. And he strikes out. That'll do it for the Mariners here in the 7th. 8th inning we go. 2-run lead for Seattle. For trying to win their 3rd consecutive game. And make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave each month. One lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Refresherator just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. The pitcher for the Mariners, Fernando Rodney.
Rodney takes over here in the 8th inning. Fernando's had an up and down season, to say the least. He's appeared in 41 ball games with a 3-4 record, 18 saves, ERA of 5.59.
Couple of defensive changes for the Mariners. Dustin Ackley in left field and Franklin Gutierrez in right. Here we go. Russell Martin, Danny Valencia, Kevin Pillar. Strike one from Fernando. Martin a walk. Tried to bone his way and was thrown out by Nuno and a strikeout. Sanchez heating up for Toronto. Fernando pitched on Thursday. Mets. The Mariners won it 3-2. Walk and a strikeout in his inning of work. First pitch strike, now 3-1. Off the plate, not the start they were looking for. It's going to bring the tying run to the plate. It'll be pinch hitter Ezekiel Carrera. So Ezekiel Carrera will be the pinch hitter. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Be his 65th game. 244 hitter with a homer and 17 runs batted in. Pinch hitting for Valencia.
Not exactly what Lloyd McClain is looking for from Fernando Rodney, walking that leadoff hitter on 4 consecutive balls.
That's not the start. You got that right. First time he's facing Carrera. One. Carrera was with Detroit for 45 games last year. 2-1.
Carson Smith up in the Mariner bullpen.
Ackley out and left. Franklin Gutierrez taking over in right field. There's strike 2-2 at 95 miles an hour. Carrera been with Cleveland, Philly, Cleveland again, and Detroit last year. Started out in the Mets organization. 2-2. Did he go? Did not, says Greg Gibson. Count runs full. You do not want to be playing with fire with this ball club. Number 3 in hitting, number 1 in runs scored, number 1 in runners in scoring position batting average, number 1 in slugging. The 3-2 pitch. As I was saying, tie ball game. Of course, this kind of thing had to happen. That's the kind of year Fernando Rodney's had. Second home run by Carrera this season. And you know what he's hit in his major league career now? 4 home runs.
It looks like a fastball middle in, about thigh high. Ezekiel Carrera shows us on the Alaska Airlines Supermo with a nice smooth swing he possesses.
It's said multiple times over the last couple 3 innings, you cannot have enough runs against these guys. Tied ball game. Good grief. Old Bimal heating up in a hurry. Fernando. Man, oh man, that's the 8th home run he's given up this year. Foul ball. 1-2. Eighth inning, 2-run lead gone in a heartbeat. Threw a first pitch strike to Russell Martin walking. 4 consecutive balls. Ran a 3-2 count against light hitting Ezekiel Carrera, pinch hitting, and he hits his second home run, 4th big league home run of his career. My goodness. Rodney's 8 home runs, the most home runs allowed by a non-Mariners starter this season. 2-2. Well, the magic that was last year certainly is gone. Sukre throws out a hustling Pilar. 1 out. One away here in the 8th. Coming up tomorrow. Wrap up the season series and this series. CenturyLink, what's next? 2 of the quickest working pitchers in big league baseball. Burley #1, Taijuan Walker #3. Taijuan due for a good performance. Devin Travis. We saw Andy Van Slyke, the outfield coach, move the outfielders over towards the right. Bouncing ball goes to Taylor. Just throws him out. Bottom of the 8th would be the bottom third of the Mariner order. Morrison, Taylor, and Sukre. But first things first, you got to get Jose Reyes here with 2 outs and 2 runs in. Strike 1. Reyes 2 for 6 against Fernando. 1-1. RBI double for Jose his last time up in the 6th. Tie ball game. 6-6 in the 8th. That's hit well. Deep to right. Foul ball.
Fastball again on the inner half of the plate. Jose Reyes with 4 home runs this season made you hold your breath right there. Fernando Rodney now has 20 pitches here in this inning.
1-2 pitch. Taylor's there. And he throws out Reyes. Damage done. 2-run homer by Carrera, the pinch hitter. Just his 4th big league homer. Ties it at 6-6. Highlights Cole Hamels' no-no coming up.
Chicago. Cole Hamels no-hitter for the Phillies. Chris Bryant is at the plate, and watch this center fielder, Odubel Herrera. Oh my, what if he'd misplayed this into a potential hit, but he makes the diving catch. Oh, goodness gracious. And Cole Hamels with his first career no-hitter. By the way, 13th no-no in Phillies history. The last was September 1st last year. It was a combined no-hitter. Hamels and 3 others took care of that. The Cubs hadn't been no-hit in 50 years. And if traded, guys, Hamels will be the 3rd pitcher since 1900 to throw a no-hitter and get traded in the same year. Back to Dave and Dave.
Tommy, thank you. And I find it hard to believe he finishes the season as a Philly. And by the way, Odubel Herrera, that would have been a long walk back to Philadelphia, son.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, he overran that by a couple of steps.
And there would not have been a welcoming party either.
Aaron Sanchez takes over here. He's appeared in 11 games with a 5-4 record, 42 strikeouts, over 66 innings. He's given up 8 home runs this season. Mariners could use one right now.
Well, I think we recognized back in the 2nd inning we had an unusual game on our hands, and boy, has that been borne out.
Not been pretty.
Oh, man.
Not been pretty.
You're getting into the, man, it's like Ezekiel bleeping Carrera hits a 2-run pinch hit homer. Are you kidding?
Yeah, there's not a lot of confidence right now when you see Fernando Rodney going to the mound. You'd hate to see that first man being issued a base on balls. They always come out to hurt you.
Inside the Loma. Jays fans didn't like that call. Fernando, a lot to think about. Turning 2. Chris Taylor on deck. Almost slicing drive, deep left field, but cutting over to make the catch is Carrera. Take a look at what's happening coming up on Monday when the Diamondbacks come to town. Our CenturyLink What's Next: Robbie Ray against Mike Montgomery, Zach Godley against Sashi Iwakuma, and Patrick Corbin against Felix. That'll be a noontime when we come on the air on Wednesday, day baseball. Next week, we'll wrap up the homestand. So Carrera just made a nice catch after he had a 2-run homer to tie it. Here's Taylor. Fouls one off. Six ball game. One to Chris. Off the glove of Russell Martin. 2-1.
Sanchez has some easy heat. The last fastball was 97 miles an hour. Doesn't look like he's throwing hard, but that ball jumps up on you.
2-2 with a 109 ERA last year. 24 games for the Jays. 2-2. Aaron's out of Barstow, California. Route 66 country. 6'4", 200. Second year in the bigs. 3-2 count. Jesus Sukre homered, ground out, called third strike today. Donaldson charging, bare hand, can't get him. Taylor's got good speed. Base hit.
That could be just what the Mariners need to get that runner on board. It's just a swinging bunt again, just perfectly placed. Donaldson makes a nice effort right here, picking it up with the bare hand. Gets off a strong throw to first base, but Chris Taylor hustling down the line. No chance.
Man aboard, 1 out for Jesus Sukre. Bottom 8 in a 6-6 ball game. That hit by Taylor, the Mariners' 9th.
This pitch gets away, 95 miles an hour. Little chin music right there. Unintentional, but still some chin music.
One on one. Great moment for Jesus. 1 out, 2nd inning. His first major league home run and his 2nd hit this season.
How about topping it off with a little double in the gap?
Works for
me.
What do you think? Well, those guys would be pretty thrilled if he could pull it off again. Strike 2. Jim Joyce, home plate umpire. Sanchez ready with the 1-2 pitch. Got away with one now. 2-2. Detroit has beaten Boston 5-1. Told you about Hamels no hitting the Cubs 5-0 Phillies. 2-2 pitch. Long hold by Russell Martin. You think he wanted that one?
Yeah, I think after the pitch right before that as well. Both of them touching that strike zone. Jesus Sukre getting away with both of these. Martin, one of the better framers in the game of baseball.
Taylor at first. Pretty good speed. 1 out. 3-2 pitch here to Sukre. Runner goes. Foul off. 6-6 ball game. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. They're stranded 6. 6 runs, 6 hits, an error for Toronto. They're stranded 7. Austin Jackson on deck. And 2 to Sukre. Taylor runs again. Up the middle. Sanchez safe at second, out at first.
Good hustle right there by Chris Taylor. He takes off and he's doing it 100% full speed as he sees that ball right back to Sanchez at home.
So they get Sukre 1-4-3. Safe at second. Is Chris Taylor with the go-ahead run for Austin Jackson. This would be a delightful 2-out knock. He can come up with it. Taylor in with good speed. Baptista's got a good arm in right field. Pilar, good arm in center. Takes a strike. One hit today for Austin, 1 for 4. Carson Smith would love to come in. An opportunity to put this game in the locker for the Mariners. Mariners can get a run here. Dribble foul 0-2, so Austin's got to work here. 0-2. 2 outs. A man at second.
And for 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position here this afternoon.
Jackson 0 for 1 against Aaron Sanchez. Big spot here, 0-2. Donaldson right there makes the play. Robbed him. That would have been good for the go-ahead run. Nice play by Donaldson. All-star third baseman. Austin hit it on screws. Donaldson takes it away from him. Runner stranded in the 8th. We go to the 9th in a 6-6 game.
What's coming your way on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. We'll hear from the skipper Lloyd McClendon, get you some clubhouse reaction, recap Bill's keys to the games, and look ahead to Randy Johnson's induction into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. The big unit, part of the class of 2015 in Cooperstown. We'll send it back upstairs to David Day.
Thank you, Tom. Carson Smith on in the 9th.
Well, you were hoping it was going to be a better situation for Carson to come into.
I'll say. Jeez.
But what a job this young man has done. In his 42 appearances, he's got a 1.77 ERA.
Well, Val, Mr. Smith, the youngster, has got to earn it right now. Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion. Go get him, kid.
Tough ticket right here, but I think he's been up to the task. He's shown a lot of poise, a lot of presence out there on the mound to go along with a tight little two-seamer and slider.
Outfield deep for Donaldson. No doubles defense. We've seen Josh, Jose, and Edwin take some of the hardest swings we've seen all year. That bag's empty by the time they head back to the hotel.
And they'll be swinging it right here in this inning.
Oh, you know it. 2-1. Donaldson 0 for 3 against Carson. Here's the 2-1. Look at it. 3-1. Bautista's on deck.
This little two-seamer comes up and in, bounces out of the glove of Jesus Sukre.
Quick react
off the body of Donaldson.
3-1 pitch, big one. At the corner, full count.
Oh my.
Gotta be lucky every now and then, Val.
Yeah, a little generous right there, but Mariners will take it.
John Gibbons a little hacked. 3-2 to Donaldson, leading off. Outside, he's aboard. A long time ago, back in the second inning, Jay Happ walked 4 in the second inning.
Carson goes with the slider, 3-2. Josh Donaldson lays off and is now on first base. Again, leadoff walk by the Mariners.
8th walk. 3 of them have scored today. Bautista 0 for 2 against Smith. Pitch outside, ball 1. Huge crowd, 45,027. Third biggest we've had here at Safeco Field this season, and about 2/3, maybe 2/3, but a significant percentage are Blue Jays fans, hence the noise. One. Crazy game. 3 hours and 7 minutes in. We're in the top of the 9th. It's 6-6. Slice down the low, brother. Fair ball. Donaldson to second. Bautista to second as Donaldson will hold at third. Second and third. Nobody out. Top 9 with Encarnacion coming up. Bautista with the double his 18th.
It almost looks like he gets fooled right here. Little slider down and away. Late swing. Bautista shoots it down that right field line into the corner. Good play by Franklin Gutierrez. If this ball gets kicked just one time, Donaldson probably comes around to score from first base. Played it cleanly and brings up Edwin Encarnacion.
Here's a chance for Carson Smith to really earn some stripes. Nobody out. #1 scoring team in baseball with runners at second and third. A big RBI man, Edwin Encarnacion at the dish. Bubbling just outside the top 10 in ribbies. Infield comes up close. And they're going to, I get this, they're going to put him on. Take their chances with Colabello.
Dave, you mentioned the 8 walks. The Mariners are actually very lucky to be in this situation. Just 6-6 tie with those 8 walks.
I mentioned 3 of them have scored. 2 walks brought in runs. Bases loaded.
Yeah, but to be in a position to win a ball game.
And this was a feel-good game too, because the Mariners broke out on top in the first inning. They had bases loaded, came away with 1 run on the Seth Smith sac fly. Jay's comeback was a harrowing second inning for Jay Happ. He was taken out of the ballgame. They could put a 3 spot up on the board. Mariners get 1 in the second, 1 in the third to tie. Then Robbie Cano with a home run, a 3-run jack in the fourth. Mariners feeling great. Now it's 6-3. Jays come back with 1 in the sixth, and then Fernando Rodney. First pitch strike to Russell Martin, 4 balls after that. Then on a 3-2 pitch to Ezekiel Carrera, 2-run homer, and we got a tie ball game. So now the bases are loaded, top 9 in a 6-6 contest. And there are issues at hand.
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out for Carson Smith. This happened quick right here as well.
Yes, it did.
Toronto just 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position on the afternoon.
But again, #1 in baseball, entering today at 291 runners in scoring position. Nowhere to put Colabello. Think back to last year in Boston, where Iwakuma had a bases loaded, nobody out situation. Got a 1-2-3 comebacker. Big part of getting out of that inning. Colabello 0 for 3, a walk and a run scored. First pitch, ball 1.
Mariners are playing the infield and looking to get their runner at home.
First time Colabello facing Carson Smith.
Outfield is shallow also.
What a ball game. 1-0. Pitch. Up the middle, base hit. Here comes Donaldson. Bautista right behind him. He scores. 8-6 Toronto. Colabello coming up large on a 1-0 pitch. Bounces it up the middle for RBIs 37 and 38.
That's going to bring Lloyd McClendon back out to the mound.
Well, the bullpen, which was so stellar last year, can't repeat. Big reason why the Mariners are under 500.
Colabello bounces this one right back through the middle. Not hit very hard, but placed perfectly. Colabello celebrates.
And Colabello has big numbers against the Mariners, which we had shown you earlier. He has really been a thorn in the side of this club. Take a break. 8-6 Jays. For 3 years at Minnesota, now with Toronto. It delivers a 2-run single here top of the ninth to give the Jays a 2-run lead. Here's Joe Beimel.
Beimel, 29 appearances with an ERA 3.10. He's pitched in 29 innings, 16 strikeouts, 3 home runs, and the opponent's hitting .260 off the left-hander.
He gets Russell Martin Jr. to start things off for Joe. Martin's 2 for 2 against him. Runners aboard in Encarnacion at second and Colabello at first. What an inning this has been. Walk, double, intentional walk, 2-run single. Nobody out. Strike 1 from Joe. It was Martin who got the 8th inning started for the Jays. Fernando Rodney took over, threw a first pitch strike, and then did not throw another strike to him. Walked him on the next 4 pitches, and then gave up a 2-run homer to Carrera to tie it. Pinch hitting. Ezequiel Carrera tied it. Now the lead for the Jays. 1-1 from Beimel. One pitch. Strike 1 and 2. Got some action down there. You got Bo Schultz, 47. And Osuna, Roberto Osuna, number 54. 1-2 to Martin. 2 on, nobody out. Breaking ball missed. 2-2. Martin, the 5th man to the plate here in the 9th inning. Ezekiel Carrera doing some damage. And Calabello. 8th and 9th inning lightning here by the Jays. 2-2. To Joe. Throws to Cano for 1. Over to Marson. They get the double play. Moving to 3rd is Encarnacion.
Little comeback right here off the bat of Martin. Lionel throws a little changeup to Cano, but is able to complete it with a nice toss over to first base.
Needed that double play. And here's Carrera again. Three-two pitch from Rodney. Hit a 2-run homer in the right field stands. Tied the game. First pitch from Joe in there for a strike. We're talking about Calabello, what he's done against the Mariners this year. 7 for 15, 2 homers and 5 ribbies. Guerrero 1 for 2 against Joe Beimel. One pitch and home run that Guerrero hit. The pinch hit homer in the 8th inning. His 2nd home run this season, his 4th of his career. Two one. 3-1. Kevin Pillar on deck. Three-one pitch. Take 2. Important pitch here. 3-2 to Carrera. 2 outs. Runner at 3rd. Jays 8-6. Six men to the plate here in the 9th. 2-run single by Chris Calabello. Right now the difference. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Mariners got to go to work here. Last ups in the 9th. Part of the order for the Mariners. Kyle Seager, Nelson Cruz, and Robinson Cano. A couple of blokes and a blast. We get out of here with a W. down 2. Roberto Osuna takes over for the Blue Jays.
He's appeared in 41 ball games. He's got a 2.28 ERA, 50 strikeouts, over 43 in the third. Opponents are hitting only 199, but he will have some work ahead of him as he faces Kyle Seager, Nelson Cruz, and Robinson Cano.
Taking over at first base for Colabello, former Mariner Justin Smoke. Kyle Seager, 2-hit day, extended his hitting streak to 5 ball games. See if he can get something started. Seager 0 for 1 against Osuna. Shift on for Kyle. And he looks for strike 1. A 1 pitch. Pilar's got a read, and he's there to make the play. 1 out. Brings up Nelson Cruz.
Roberto Osuna, only 20 years old, from San Jose Rios in Cuba.
Cruz 0 for 1 against him. Now he extended his hitting streak to 5. He's got 2 hits today. Drives Pilar back, but he's got plenty of room. 2 outs. Hope here for the Mariners in the 9th. 2 outs and down 2. Robbie Cano, 3-run homer. Back in the 4th. Extended his hitting streak to 6 games. Jays fans standing and making some noise. Cano trying to keep it alive. 8-6 Toronto. Looks at ball 1. Osuna, one of the youngest players in Major League Baseball, just 20 years old, born in February of '95. This big crowd, fans on their feet, Blue Jays fans, as Cano looks at ball 2. Mariners came into this game feeling great. They'd won back-to-back games for the first time since June 30 and July 1. They'd won 3 of 4. This could be a big setback. Here's a 2-0 to Cano. Slap foul. Jays with 2 runs in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th. They ran down the Mariners and passed them, and that's Ezequiel Carrera. 2-run homer off of Fernando Rodney in the 8th inning to tie it. And then Colabello, a 2-run single to put them in front. 2-1 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cano. His home run back in the 4th. Took an outside pitch and hit it hard. Got it out of here into the Jays bullpen. A 3-run shot. Here's Colabello. It's been tremendous. 7 for 15, 2 homers and 5 runs batted in this year against the Mariners. Justin Smoke's taking over at first for Colabello. Cano down to his last strike. 2 outs here in the 9th. Goody's on deck if Robbie can keep the game going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Cano. Fouled back. He was out front of that one.
Little change up right here. Robbie Cano all out in front, able to just chew that ball right off the end of the bat. Story here for the Mariners. Little letdown from their bullpen. Wilhelmsen gave up a run. Rodney, 2 runs. Smith, 2 runs.
A lot of walks. 3 of them scored. 2-2 to Robbie. Trying to keep the game alive here for the Mariners. Pitch. Woof. Full count. A lot of Blue Jays fans here. My goodness. Franklin Gutierrez on deck. Comes down to right here. 3-2 to Cano. Pitch from Osuna. Walked him. Tying run's going to come to the plate. There's still hope.
Quite an at-bat right there from Robinson Cano. Keep this game alive and bring Franklin Gutierrez up to the plate.
Goody with one of the best moments this season with the pinch hit home run to beat the Tigers earlier in the week. Pinch hit home run, 8th inning on Tuesday, an 11-9 Mariner win. Second plate appearance for Franklin, lined out hard to shortstop in the 7th inning. First pitch. In there for strike. First time Goody seeing Osuna.
Osuna, that last pitch at 99 miles an hour. Right on by this young 20-year-old.
Maybe he can turn one around. Outfield deep. Cano at first. 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. 8-6 ball game. Mariners had a 6-3 lead and could not hold it. One to Goody. Big rip, missed. 1-2.
There's that fastball left to Airmo. Supermo. Showing that fastball right across the top of the strike zone.
Mariners down to the final strike one more time. Cano walked in a 3-2 pitch. Goody 1-2. Osuna comes set. The pitch to Gutierrez. Struck him out. Jays win it 8-6 with a furious rally, and the best way in polite terms to describe this loss, disheartening. Chris Colabella was murdered.
Tough one, Dave, certainly, as the Mariners had that 6-3 lead after 4 innings. Little letdown by the bullpen as this Toronto Blue Jay team that we knew could put some runs up on the board fought their way back.
We mentioned
stole a win here this afternoon.
#1 scoring team in baseball. 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th to come up with the victory. For Dave Valley, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brad and Bill.
Gentlemen, thank you. Yes.